Hello, I'm Christine Riding. I'm Director of Collections and Research here at the National Gallery in London, and I'm standing in the biggest gallery here, room 32, which is dedicated to some of our great masterpieces from the Italian tradition, the Renaissance and also the 17th century, including great masterpieces by the likes of Caravaggio and Artemisia Gentileschi. Now, the National Gallery was founded in 1824, so we are coming up to our bicentenary, 200 years of the existence of the National Gallery in London. And as part of our celebrations, we will be doing major programs and projects in Trafalgar Square and also across the nation, because the National Gallery, of course, is the gallery of the United Kingdom. But we're also working internationally, and indeed the work that we're doing at Trafalgar Square with the closure of some of our galleries means that we actually have an opportunity to tour a wonderful collection of our paintings, 52 works of art, to Asia with partners in Shanghai, China, and also Seoul in South Korea, as well as Hong Kong. So this new tour builds on the highly successful one that we did in 2020 and 2021 with 3 partners in Japan and Australia, and over 700,000 visitors enjoyed that exhibition. So as with the Japan and Australia tour, we've selected a group of masterpieces that represent the entire National Gallery from the 13th century through to the 20th century. And so the selection includes works by Raphael and Titian and other representatives of the Italian Renaissance. It includes works by Gossart to represent the Northern Renaissance. We then swing into the period of the Baroque in the 17th century with the likes of Caravaggio, moving into the works of Van Dyck and Rembrandt and others. And then in the 18th century, we focus on Canaletto and the great views of Venice that were so influential in British art and culture, into the work of British painters like Gainsborough. So after the 18th century, we move into the great period of diversification, the 19th and early 20th century, looking at artists like Turner and Constable that had enormous influence across Europe and beyond, then into the Impressionist movement and post-Impressionist movements represented by Monet and Van Gogh. So with these 52 masterpieces, I have to say there's an abundance of riches in terms of selecting a few paintings to talk about as a kind of teaser for you in terms of the exhibition that you would see if you were in Asia over the coming months. So I've selected 4 of my personal favourites in order to illustrate the kind of artists and art that had such a huge impact on British culture and the National Gallery, and of course Western art more generally. So my first work of art is by the celebrated Raphael, who has had a profound influence over Western art in his own time and up to the present day, but particularly in Britain. And this work of art is in fact extremely small, which indicates to us that its original purpose, the commission, would have come from somebody who wanted a private devotional work of art for their own private worship. So the work of art's less than 40 centimetres in height. However, in every other sense, it is absolutely emblematic of why Raphael was so important to Western art. So this painting has all the attributes of Raphael's work that really excited people in his own time and even through to the present day. It's all about balance and harmony and above all beauty. And I think what's really exciting about the work of art is the way that Raphael communicates, the way that the Virgin Mary is protecting these children, her own son, and of course John the Baptist, by drawing her cloak around baby Jesus and also the fur around John the Baptist, showing the relationship, of course, between mother and child, but also the way that adults protect children. And as we know, according to Christian narratives, both Jesus and John will experience violent deaths. So it's almost as if the Virgin Mary is protecting them for the moment, but knowing full well in the future they will actually die.